All right, guys. So thanks so much, Mitch. Number one, thank you for joining us on another episode of CXChronicles podcast. As you know, we're live here at Xchange 2025 in Austin, Texas. So thank you so much for joining us, my friend.
Yeah, you're welcome. Pleasure to be here. It's going to be fun.
So a couple things. Number one, guys, Mitch Risner, Chief Revenue Officer at Cyara. I'll let you introduce yourself, but what I'm pumped about, this man is going to be joining myself, Deanne Nicholas, and Erica McManus up on stage tomorrow for the event, and we're going to be talking about all sorts of awesome things I already know, but specifically the future of CX, future of AI, how companies and customer-focused business leaders need to be thinking about this stuff as it relates to their own personal playbook. So I'm pumped, man. But let's get to you. Set the stage for me. Spend like a minute or two, kind of introduction, who you are, what you do here at Cyara, but maybe a couple stepping stones too, Mitch. I want people to understand sort of, as we were just talking about, it takes a long time to start seeing pitches slow down in any game, right?
Yeah, I'll do the intro, but listen, this industry is doing something really special with contact centers and agents and AI. We all, every single day on Saturdays, we all probably set aside 3 hours to just call our favorite support team, our insurance provider, our mortgage provider. We just sit around, we call them up, we say, hey, can we get support? We don't do that, but when we do, we want support, we want it fast, and we want to get it out of there. So it's something that we use every single day, and the technology that this industry is booming is incredible. So I'm Mitch Risner, I'm the CRO here at Cyara. Started with the company in 2023.
Awesome.
My responsibility is global sales, partnerships, basically growing the revenue for the company.
Okay.
And it's been a great ride so far. Rishi Rana, our CEO, and I worked together back in the old days.
Awesome.
So back maybe 15 years ago, we worked at another company and transformed that business.
Love it.
This is something as you enter into this role. Cyara is a combination of several companies coming together through acquisitions. And all those companies did their own unique, very special thing in contact center testing. And so when you come into an organization like this, you have to run a playbook many times. Otherwise, it's overwhelming, it's confusing.
Totally.
And nothing's ever, you do the same thing twice, but you just need and no playbook ever works the same company every time.
100%.
You have to have a shelf of plays. And if you have a shelf of plays when you come in and say, okay, we've done this before, we've done that, how do we piece this together? Learn from our past that takes decades of failing. Decades of failing.
Lots of failures,
to be able to come in and figure out a way forward. So it's been fun.
I love it. So number one, I love that you immediately start talking playbooks, Mitch. One of the biggest things that we talk about on the CXChronicles podcast, talk about the 4 CX pillars: allow team, tools, process, and feedback. When I think about, or my brain starts to mental shift into process gear, I'm thinking about playbooks every damn day of the week. A lot of the work that we do with our clients at CXChronicles, it's around helping them understand how to curate better, more usable, more succinct playbooks. Some of our listeners may call them, your SOPs or your process sets, but man, when you said playbook, I knew exactly what you meant. Where, guys, as customer-focused business leaders, you take a playbook and you take all the excerpts and bits and pieces of every frickin' company you've ever worked at, or all the different industries you've been privileged to work in, all the different team members that you've been able to hire and train and retain, and then you just said it yourself, man. Some of my favorite business relationships are when you get reacquainted again later on down the line. You don't even know it until it happens. That's a playbook, man. Because if you're chronicling and you're capturing and you're curating and your story, almost like keeping the history. Becomes a hell of a lot easier to learn about how to go do something a little bit sharper, faster, tighter the next time.
Visualize something with me here. So let's say you got to figure out how to do something. If you need to figure out how to do something, you're going to go grab a manual. And a manual, that could be an SOP, that could be a procedure. That's going to tell you, how do I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's not necessarily what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, I have a problem that I need to solve. Now I'm going to grab a playbook. The playbook's going to help me solve a problem. I'll get a manual to tell me how to do something. The playbook is something next level. It's strategic, and it pieces all the failures we've done in the past and how to get a right way forward.
I love it. So, okay, a couple of things. Getting into playbook, I want to talk about your team, but before we talk about your team and kind of how you've built out the whole revenue motion here at Cyara, give the listeners just like a 60 to 90 second quick and dirty, Mitch, around who is the ideal customer profile or user for Cyara? What are the types of companies that you're thinking about every single solitary day in terms of how Cyara can help them? Just give the listeners a sense for sort of like, who are the people that Cyara helps? What types of clients, what types of businesses, what type of verticals, all that fun stuff.
So our 2 biggest verticals are healthcare and financial services, with high tech right close behind it. I'm talking about customers like Microsoft, and these are customers Google, Apple, Zoom, all of our customers. And then you get into healthcare, Cigna, some of the largest healthcare companies in the world, FinServ, every bank that you could possibly name are our customers.
That's awesome.
Why is that? Why is everybody clamoring to Cyara? Because every single one of those entities need to get their customers in contact with them.
Okay.
Through every modality.
Yeah.
And that's phone, that's text, that's media text, that's web, it's VoIP, it's bot, it's every channel. They need their customers to get to them with high voice quality, get their solution, their problem solved. That could be buying a new service, it could be getting support on an existing service. And we all know if that service fails, that customer goes away.
Totally.
And so the cost is exponential.
Yep, that's huge. I love that. Let's talk about your team a bit. You've got this incredible sales and revenue playbook from all these past experiences and these businesses that you've helped to build. How did you kind of come into this new opportunity with Cyara, and how did you kind of think about how you sort of wanted to put your players out on the pitch? And be more specifically, how did you kind of start to think about assembling the updated, the new, or the Mitch Risner Cyara sales force that you put on the field?
First of all, Adrian, when you say pitch, I must be some Gaelic background in you a little bit.
I'm a soccer fan.
Okay, when you say pitch. Wait,
are you a rugby fan? Are you alluding to rugby or soccer?
I'm rugby or Gaelic football.
I love it. Okay.
Either one.
Yeah.
Both awesome.
Brady is the Irish part of me. Cesana is the Italian part.
Okay. Right on, man. Right, that's a whole nother. I was a high school football coach for 20 years.
Oh, nice.
And I have a son in the NFL, so a whole nother conversation we have about a playbook.
Wait, you have a son in the NFL today?
Yeah, he plays with the Vikings.
That's incredible.
Yeah, 6 years.
That is amazing.
Yeah, man.
That must be. So wait, what's more exciting? The stuff that we're talking about here at Exchange right now?
It's all good. This is pretty fun too.
Watching your boy play ball.
So the team you put on the field, first you start with your leaders. You've got to start with a great team and great leaders. I think the thing you've got to be able to figure out when you come into an organization, who's already there that's going to fit the culture and that's going to fit your way and your style.
Yeah.
And my biggest secret to success is pace. The longer you take to make a decision, the longer you wait on, is this person right? Are they not? Are they going to fit? You're not doing them any service, and you're not doing you any justice.
Right.
So you got to make decisions data driven.
Yep.
You got to make them instinctively and make them quick.
Yep.
It's just like a coach when they show up to the draft or they go evaluate.
Yeah.
They're going to use a lot of data, but they're going to make a decision and they're going to go.
Yep.
And your leaders drive that. You get your leaders in place and you put a process in and you put a playbook in and a sales motion.
Yep.
And then you can run. And that's the most important thing.
I love that.
And I will tell you this, when you come into a situation where you have a transformation of a company, the biggest mistake you can make, Adrian, is getting caught up in the wash.
Yeah.
And I tell this to every leader I talk to. And what that means is, listen, this company, before they hired you, they were operating just fine before they had you.
Right.
The deals, the sales, the escalations, that's all going to be okay. That's not your job. Solve the strategy. But if you come in and you get involved in the drama and the deals and the escalation and get caught up in the wash, you will not have time to strategize. You will not have time to hire. And you're going to find yourself a year later not have hired, not have executed your strategy, and not have executed your playbook. So don't get caught up in the wash.
Excellent piece here. And a lot of customer-focused businesses, they do fall victim to that. You get caught up in... there's another way that I say. So you're like
the daily drive, the daily
stuff, and then or they get caught up in some of the paying all their attention or all their mind or all their energy to the squeaky wheels. When in reality, are the squeaky wheels 20% of the business brings 80% of your revenue?
Right. Amen.
No.
Yeah.
Then stop.
Amen.
Get out of here. Stop that. And then here's the other thing. Said another way to our listeners that are trying to climb the ladder faster and they want to be in Mitch's position or they want to be in a Rishi's position. The quicker that you can understand. This stuff's hard enough as it is. You do not need another individual that's just repeating or reminding or regurgitating what people already know. Go figure out how you can fix the damn thing. Go figure out how you can come up with some creative, sophisticated, smart way of making those problems go away. Maybe altogether. Saving the money. It's like that's the stuff that people
I think that's super important is telling your team, giving them autonomy.
Yep.
Give them autonomy to solve the problem. Sometimes you hire people and they just become order takers to solve the symptoms of the problem. And even your individual contributors, give them autonomy to fail. Fail fast and solve the root cause.
And you're good.
Then you're rolling.
Mitch, what are coming to Austin this week? So number one, you're dealing with all of these existing Cyara customers. you're probably the man that's thinking about the pipe more than anybody in this building right now in terms of all the folks that will become future Cyara customers. What's like the one or two things that you were the most excited about coming here to Austin? I know Exchange, we've got, like you said, by the way, we had the pleasure of chatting with some of your customers at Microsoft today.
I love it. Yeah, Peter.
We talked to Peter and Arvanda. What were like the one or two things that you were really excited about to come here to Austin that either you're trying to glean or understand, or maybe it's even just conversations that you want to have with people? What were you most excited about for Exchange 2025?
Yeah, I think there's a few things. Number one, I'm excited to see my team, and that my team is my customers. I've got some good friends here. I have people here that are coming. Dan from Apple. I've been to football games with him. I've hung out with him. He's going to get a big hug from me.
Awesome.
And we're going to hang out tonight.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to just hanging out with my peeps. And those are my customers. And you build these relationships over time, and they become part of your team.
Yeah, big time.
To me, that's number one. Number two, I'm excited to hear what our customers are seeing in the market, the trends they're seeing. We have to be learning all the time. We believe we've got a great roadmap, we're innovating, but we need to hear what our customers are seeing, because they're the ones that are in the weeds, they're in the trenches, they're using the software, not just from us. Peripheral solutions and engines around us that impact the value that we drive to their business. And we need to learn and hear from them and what they're seeing and fold that into our innovation. So I'm excited to hear and learn. And then I'm excited for our customers to walk away to understand who we are, who we're not, and who we're going to be.
I love it.
Listen, Cyara's gone through a lot of change in the past couple of years, change in leadership, change in company, change in brand. And who are you now? What do you represent, and who are you not? And who are you going to be? And that's exactly what these 2 days are.
I love that. I'll tell you what, those three things, and guys, I want you to click rewind and go back and listen to what Mitch said again, because those three things, I don't care if it's business, I don't care if it's life, I don't care if it's sports, I don't care if it's music or art. You figure out who you are.
Or you as a person.
Literally, who you are, what you want to be, and where you're about to go.
And who you're not.
And who you're not, and what you're not going to...
And you're okay with it.
Not only that, but it makes the universe almost a little bit easier, man.
So
not only...
Take the hard stuff away.
Take the hard stuff away. Mitch Risner, this is pumped. So last thing is this. So tomorrow we're going to do our live panel together. I'm super pumped for that. If there's like one big thing, and this is what we'll close on, one big thing that you or your team keeps hearing, to your point about listening to the market, what's the market saying, what's the market want, what's the market feeling, if there's like one big thing that you are most optimistic about for how AI might change and let's just say improve all of our lives, whether that's at work, and then if work life's easy, it's a little bit easier to have a nice personal life. But is there like one big thing that you keep hearing again and again and again and again with all of these conversations that you have?
Well, I think what's important is for us to think about AI doesn't just live in, sometimes people think, a bot. AI lives in every modality. And that's the thing that I want to impress upon everybody I speak to is AI lives in SMS, MMS, media. It can even live in fax testing, frankly. All the way, yes, to your bot engines, but AI lives everywhere, not just through your interactions and getting to agentic AI, which is removing that human interaction for self-machine learning, but AI exists in every single modality, sometimes even when we don't know it, and it makes our job easier. I might be on the end user side for one of our customers, configuring and getting ready for a test. Guess what? AI's helping me pre-program campaigns to make my job easier. So sometimes we think of AI just on the back end and what is a bot going to give me an answer for? Man, that's a small piece of what we're doing in AI.
I love it, man. I love it. Mitch Risner, number one, thank you so much for coming on, joining the CXChronicles podcast. Thank you in advance for joining me tomorrow. It's going to be pumped. I'm pumped to rock and roll with you guys. And let's have some fun at Cyara Xchange 2025.
Cool. All right, my man. Thank you.
Thanks, Mitch.
Thanks, guys.